Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate y'all tuning back in. So on my precision rifle journey, I decided it was time to change out the optic. I wanted to try something give me a little bit more magnification. So I ended up going with the Vortex Viper PST Gen2 5x25 by 50mm objective. Now, there's a lot of videos on this, so I'm not really going to talk too much about the optic itself. Before I do, let's go ahead and make sure the rifle is safe. Nothing is in here, as you can see. I'll just go ahead and leave that open. Now, some other things I decided to go ahead and do my quick upgrades. I went ahead and put a bubble on here as well as a throw lever. Throw lever definitely helps when I'm wanting to adjust for whatever magnification I'm using. Make sure when you're putting a throw lever on there, though, that the throw lever does not interfere with your throwing of the bolts. Now, like I said, there's a lot of videos on this, and there's a lot of other people that's a lot more knowledgeable than I who can talk about the technical aspects of the scope. So I decided to just get out, zero it, and shoot it. So let's see how that worked out. Before we get to the range, I want to point out all shots were taken at 100 yards, and they were also shot on the geoballistics targets that are actually free and downloadable. Those are great targets that people, I think, should be using if you are zeroing your rifle. They do come in mils, and they also come in MOA so that you can check. If you look at the targets, they have a legend at the bottom. They are great for shooters who need to check their zeros or be able to sight in a target, and they give you every bit of reference points that you need, that you'll be able to know exactly which way to dial. Let's go down and check that. These are things I miss about shooting at the CMP. You didn't have to walk down here and check your targets. You just looked on the camera beside you. Oh well. Let's see how this target looks. So I shot 5 rounds. I had to adjust the zero because I just put the scope on. And that was my first 3, and I came up here and shot these. So each square at 100 yards is exactly 0.36 of a mil. Well, each square is what, 1/3 of an inch. Ooh, that looks pretty cool. Analyzing these shots, looking at the first group, this was from my cold bore. Cold bore being here, and then I fired 2 more shots. I made sure to notate which one it was so I can understand how far off it would be. I made adjustments, and then I fired my first 5-shot group. I went ahead and measured this 5-shot group just to see what it would be. I ended up coming up with looking at my notes, from edge to edge, it would be 0.733 of an inch. Center to center, 0.425 of a 5-shot group. Now I'll go ahead and do this just to show. I don't know if you can see that. That first group was much better than what I expected. So let's shoot it again and see what happens. I threw that next to the last shot on the fourth shot. Now coming back here after shooting the second 5-shot group, unfortunately not everything always works out perfectly. Now looking at this one, I did have a flyer right here. Granted, 90% chance that's me. I know the gun is capable of shooting a tighter group than that. This is a 5-shot group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, center to center, it's 1.63 inches. If we discount this and only count these 4, from center to center of these 4 would be a 3/4 inch group. Like always, I always tell everybody I'm not the best shooter. Clearly with that last target, you can see that. Now, of course, I had a little bit of ammo, so I did want to test it out. I ended up playing with the tracking. I wanted to mess with the dials, see if I could learn how to use this for tracking as well as dialing up, down, if I needed to learn how to do that. That was just a skill I wanted to try. So I did do that, and I shot 2 rounds, and then I ended up shooting my final 3 rounds, and I will let you look at that target because that actually was really an interesting target. I did start adjusting the dials just to see how well the tracking was, and also if I could do tracking myself. I fired my first shot here, dialed, I believe it was 6 clicks up. Shot here, realized I went too far, dialed back down, fired my final 3 shots. Final 3 shot group was from edge to edge, 1/2 inch, from center to center, 1/10 of an inch. Final thoughts. I like this optic. I've heard a lot of bad things about Vortex. I'm gonna be completely real with you. I've heard a lot of bad things. I'm not gonna tell you that Vortex hasn't earned that reputation, at least in my eyes, as they have a great warranty. They're known for their warranty. Well, there's probably a reason they're known for their warranty. If they're known for being able to fix things a lot or replace things, there's a reason why. Maybe they're having problems. That being said, this is a pretty good optic. So far I don't have a lot of complaints on it. I think it's actually extremely bright, very clear. Clarity is crystal clear. Now, do I think that this is a perfect optic? I don't know, time will tell. Do I think it is as good as my Trijicon? I'm gonna be honest, they're pretty close to equal right now. I don't really have any complaints about it. I really like it. I would like to shoot an NRL match at some point. And if you have any advice or tips or anything that you want to add to the conversation, please go ahead and drop it in the comments below. All right, guys. See y'all in the next one.